Welcome today. We'll be talking a little bit about our two products, PowerDoc and PowerSign. But unlike the webinar that we had on Tuesday that focused on the CRM and the quoting side, we'll be taking a look at how you can use it for projects in construction. My name is David. I'm the Client Success Manager and Product Owner for Heuristycs. So let's talk about PowerDoc and PowerSign, what they are and what they're good for. So PowerDoc is a solution. It's a product that allows you to create PDF or Word documents using an Acumatica screen as the source and generating the document from a Word template in a single click. So you can design the type of document that you want to create in Word. You go through a mapping process, which is basically telling Acumatica where the information is going to go on the Word file. And then once you have that set up, you can generate PDF documents with just a single click. It's a very flexible and very useful tool to have. And PowerSign is a tool that handles e-signature integration. So basically, it works great with the PowerDoc. They're very synergistic. So if you generated a document with PowerDoc, you can send it to an e-signature platform. Currently, we're working with SignNow, but we have plans to add DocuSign in the near future. So you can set that document and request signature for a client from Acumatica without having to do any modifications to the document. Again, you can request signatures in a single click. And the system will track the status of the signatures for you. So you don't really have to leave Acumatica at all to complete the process. So they work independently. You can use PowerDoc on its own and PowerSign on its own, but together they work even better. And that's what we'll be showing you today. So for those of you that work with projects in the construction module in Acumatica, you know that there are certain challenges when you're trying to handle the documentation part. The actual process, the information flow in Acumatica is great. You have many options to configure your projects. You have many ways to do your change orders and handle change requests, subcontracts. All of that is great. But when it comes down to managing the documents, sometimes that can be a challenge. Because Acumatica handles documents through the Acumatica Report Designer, which is a great tool when you need to do complex aggregation of information, but it's not that great when you're dealing with lengthy text like subcontracts where you may have a contract of 50 pages and trying to go and edit that is sometimes is not the easiest way to go. Also, managing the signature and approval process. Normally, those things, you can have your internal approval workflows, which are great, but handle the customer or the contractor approval part may be a challenge integrated with that signature request. We have come to cross with many clients that end up managing everything manually and just scanning or taking a picture of the contracts because it becomes too cumbersome to manage from Acumatica. And finally, it's not easy to handle different versions of the same document. For example, if you have different versions of your subcontracts that you want to manage or send out, depending on the type of contractor or the type of work or service that you are contracting, Acumatica doesn't really have a simple way to do that on your own. It requires considerable effort. So keeping all of those challenges in mind, we are adding features to PowerDoc and PowerSign that allow you to handle all of that. So the general advantages of PowerSign is that you can create visually appealing documents. So you're not restricted by the report designer's design options. You are allowed to do whatever you want in a Word document, and that's going to be added as a PDF with the Acumatica information. The templates are very simple to modify. You don't have to go through the report designer. If you need to, for example, add a clause to a contract, or you want to modify the layout of the document, you can do it very quickly in Microsoft Word. You don't have to get trained or get additional information on the report designer to be able to edit your own templates. It's very time saving. Like I said, creating documents and requesting signatures using one click each is a great time saving. You have traceability from Acumatica. You're still within Acumatica with the Acumatica database and have access to all the Acumatica tools, meaning that you can even create business events to complement this. You can create dashboards. You can create your own GIs. Everything is done within Acumatica, so you are not opting out of all the tools that Acumatica also offers. You're just getting an extra tool that will integrate with your process. And that's the beauty of being built inside Acumatica. So let's start with projects. So when you're dealing with projects, one of the most common things that you have to deal with are maybe NDAs, a project charter, the project management plan, all those types of documents that tend to have a lot of boilerplate text. And they're normally easy to redact in Microsoft Word. So for that, those type of documents, for example, let's take a look at one of our projects in here, just a construction project for subcontractors, a standard Acumatica demo information. So we started with a Word document for the project charter in this case. So let me show you how that document looks like. This is a Word document. It's styled out with a background image. The text is styled out as well. It has all the information that we want. So what we did was add these placeholders for the information that we're going to be taking from the Acumatica screen, things like the date, projects, all of that. Then we have a bit of boilerplate text. This could be edited if needed, but normally you have certain goals, just a standard project charter. Project scope, who the stakeholders are. Notice that we're going to be taking the stakeholders from the project screen. Things like the start and the end date for the project, and then some additional boilerplate text for assumptions and constraints. So this is how the template looks like. Now, notice that I don't have any file attached to my system. I just need to come here and click the project charter action under PowerDoc actions. And this is going to take the configuration that I added for my template in Acumatica, and it's going to generate the file for me. Notice that it took 2 seconds. It already added here. And I have my PowerDoc preview tab in here that allows me to do a preview of the PDF file that I just generated. And if we take a closer look to the file, we can see that it has information on the project ID, the title for the title. It inherits things like the project manager, the client, date, everything is taken from the project itself. Then we have our boilerplate text. It has my dates for construction. It has the stakeholders, which I took from the contacts in here. So I have my contacts set up in here with the actual roles, sponsor, client rep, general contractor, and architect, and the Power that took that information and added it directly to my template. Now, the rest are just the start dates and all of that. Now, notice, for example, that I just realized that I didn't add my email addresses into my key stakeholder section. So how do I actually edit that and add them? Well, it's a very simple process. We're going to be going to my PowerDoc template screen. And I'm going to be loading the template that I use for my project charter, which is this one. I'm going to get my Word file. And I'm going to say, well, in addition to this phone, I want to take an email field in here. So I'm just going to name it email. And I'm going to save this. I just need to come here to the file, browse for my project charter Word document, upload it. And now I just click load variables. And it should detect, oh, I think I uploaded the wrong one. Hold on a second. No, it is there. Here on my stake section, stakeholders, I now have the email, okay? And it's mapped to my email field. So I just need to go back to my project, click Project Charter again, refresh the screen to ensure that I'm getting the latest copy on my preview. And now I have all my emails added to my stakeholders. I didn't have to go through any complex editing in the report designer. I didn't go to any external tools. I just took my Word file, added a variable, map it to the field in Acumatica that I wanted to map it to, and the system is smart to recognize all of that automatically. So as you can see, very simple process to generate documents. Just a single click. Once your template is set up correctly, you don't have to worry about it anymore. And like I mentioned, you can have different type of templates in here. You could have things like your project management plan. You could have other documents in here added to the project itself. Now, so far, this looks good. Let's take a look at what else we can do with PowerDoc and PowerSign. So let's work, for example, with a change request. Let's do and create a change request in here. Notice that some people create a change request, some people do go straight to the change order. The way that you handle projects may vary, so don't take this as the right way to do things. It's just an example for the workflow. So we're going to be adding a description here. For example, we're going to be needing more materials for framing concrete pour that we're doing. The wood planks were damaged, so we need to purchase more. So this would be a request for additional framing materials, for example. And we can add here and we say, well, we're going to be doing concrete and we're going to be doing concrete as well. It's going to be under forming and just said that quantity is 1 and it's going to be $1,000 in materials. Okay, nothing crazy so far. We can, there are a couple of things that we can do. We'll go the simple route right now. Let's remove the hold. Oh, sorry, it's the account group. Let's say that this is, I believe it's under equipment in this test project. So let's remove hold and see that it flies. Perfect. So let's create a change order for this. We have the information here. We have everything that was added. Let's add some additional information, for example, for the detailed description in here. And let's say that we're adding something like this. Very simple, just wood frame was damaged, needs replacement, need additional tools as well. Whatever you normally would do. I'm keeping it brief and short for the demo purposes, but keep in mind that this is an HTML field, rich text, meaning that you can style out this however you want. You can include hyperlinks. You can pretty much do anything that you want on this, on like a regular text field like the one on top. This allows you to do bullet, list, anything that you need in here, okay? So we are going to be saving this. And I also have a template that I want to show you for my change orders. And it looks like this. A very simple template just for demo purposes. It has information on the project, basic information from the change order, and some change details as well. So we're going to be, oh, hold a second. My laptop needs to be connected. Apologies for that. So we do have an action here to generate a change order, which I'm going to do right now. And now if I go to PowerDoc, I can see that my change order was generated. Now, there are a couple of things in here that I didn't talk about, and it's the integration with PowerSign. As you can see, I also have some special labels down here for signatures. And that comes very handy for the following part that I'm going to do. So we're going to close this. I'm going to say, hey, I have my change order already created. I want to send that for approval. So on the customer side, I'm going to add Gabriel. I always spam Gabriel with emails during my demos. He doesn't mind. And then I'm going to add myself as the other signer. Notice that I'm using Acumatica contacts, so I get my email addresses directly in here. So I just need to save this and come here, and I have a PowerSign section in here. So I can just upload and send invitations via SignNow. And the system will automatically upload that PDF that I just generated in a click. It's being sent to both myself and Gabriel on a second click. I can check my PowerSign tab, and now it has information on the actual file that I uploaded. And now, with a single click, I went here and I click upload and send invitation. And that automatically uploaded this to SignNow. It gives me a document ID from SignNow, and it's tracking the status of the document. It's been unsigned, currently unsigned, the upload date, and the upload, who uploaded it and when was it sent for signature. So I'm going to be coming here to my SignNow platform, and I'm doing this so I don't have to wait for the email. The email usually takes 2 or 3 minutes to arrive. So just to ensure that I don't have to wait for it, I'm going to be looking at the document that I generated. I'm going to consent here. I can see that my document is here. And we'll talk about this in a second because we have an additional section here that we're going to be showing you. So I can just do things like sign in here, click here to set my date. And when I click finish, the system will automatically update. So this has been signed. If I go back to the change orders and I go to my signer's contact, I have an action to sync. We also have an automated screen that runs in the background that you can put on a schedule to update this information as soon as you want. But basically, the system will check that one of us just signed. Now, when the other person signs, the system will also automatically download the file down to Acumatica. So I'll have both the original document and the signed version document. Okay. Now, this, as you can see, I use only 2 clicks. 1 click to generate the change order and 1 click to send out the invitation for the signatures. In this case, I'm signing myself, but I could just be handling this project and the signatures are going to come from the project manager and the client itself or the subcontractor, and I don't have to log into any platforms. I'm just managing everything with Acumatica with a couple of clicks. Now, let's take a look back again at the template because I had something in the second page that I wanted to show you. And is that we now allow mapping out images. So I have a supporting image section in here. So let's go back to the project and let's create a new change order directly. And this time will be just adding things in here directly. Let's do same thing, just for testing purposes. We'll be adding the account group. Oh, this is the wrong cus code. I have to go for concrete forming. And let's say this is 1, and the amount is going to be 1,000. Okay. So we can go again to the detailed description sections. We can paste in here another description. Let's style this out. Let's say, for example, let's do a disclaimer here, say only for demo purposes. Let's just highlight this. And let's save this. So generating the document is as simple as one click. But what if I wanted to add an image into this? I want to add a supporting image of the frameworks that were damaged. So I can select an image in here, upload it. And since my template is already prepared to allow images, the system will allow me to very quickly generate the document with the image. So I'm going to generate the change order now. And you will see that my PowerDoc preview now will have two different files. It has the image that I uploaded, and it has my PDF file. But on my PDF file, since I had a section for supporting images, the image has been added automatically. Now, imagine, for example, that I forgot to add a second image. Well, very simple. We come back to the file section. We add another image. We upload it. And we'll just need to, again, single click, regenerate the document. Okay, there we go. So I just come here, one click, generate the change order again. And now if I switch tabs in here and go back to my PowerDoc preview, I can see that the next image was added right below the first one. So I didn't have to edit any report. I didn't have to copy and paste anything into Word document. The document already has a placeholder for images, and you can filter them by image type or a specific image name if you want them to have in a certain place. But the system already knows that I want all images attached to be included. Like I said, I could filter out based on a name pattern, like I just want images that start with a certain name or images of a certain type. I could add those type of filters to the template, but the system already has a placeholder, so I just need to add images and generate a template again, and the system will do that for me. So far, we have talked about projects, how you can generate very simple documents with a single click. We have talked about change orders, where you can include not only the details, but you can also include images on the change orders and send and request the signature directly from Acumatica. And now we're going to take a look at the subcontracts, which is also the same process. We have a template in here, and I have my template for the subcontracts that I'm going to be showing you. So this looks more, it's still a short one, but it looks more like a subcontract agreement that you may have. We are adding things like the day, the names, the subcontract number, a little bit information on the contractor and the subcontractor. But again, this is just a very lengthy document of clauses. In here, it will have the amount somewhere, and then we have our signatures at the end. So I can just come here. Let's do any subcontract that is already done. And that's the other thing, since we are using templates to generate this, it's retroactive to any document that you already have in your system, any Acumatica information. So I have multiple templates here that I could create as long, short versions because I have multiple Word files that I had added as a template. But let's do the generate subcontract one. And again, very simple process, literally 3 seconds. And now I have my subcontract attaching here. I have my information on the date for the subcontract number included here. works the same as I show you in the other two screens. It takes information from the Acumatica screen and it puts it into the PDF that it's being generated. Very simple way to handle it, and it has the signature section at the end. If we take a look at this, I have my PowerSign and signer's contract section here. So it already, since I had used or generated this subcontract before, the system already has some defaults for this subcontract number because I had generated a document before for this subcontract. But again, I can really go again to my signature platform, send invitations, capture signatures exactly the same way I did it with the change orders. It will sync out the status on the signature and it will automatically download the signed copy once all parties have signed. You can even add things like a signature order if you want to go through an approval workflow when someone has to sign, and after that person signed, the other one is allowed to review the document. You can do all of that directly here in Acumatica without having to worry about the other side in the signature platform. All right. So if there are, we do have a question. Is there a time frame on when the DocuSign integration would happen? We are planning it for Q4 this year. So that's what it's planning. I think the development already started, but it should be available during the next quarter. And finally, how do you request a specific demo, something tailored for yourself or your clients if you're a bar? Here's our contact information. Either myself, Gabriel, or Alberto, any of us can help you channel the request so you can get your own demo. If there's a need for demo licenses for the product, anything, pricing, just reach out to us and we'll be more than happy to assist you with everything.